Flashcards are one of the most popular revision tools used by students globally. But what if I told you that you've been using them wrong this whole time? Hey there, if you're new to this channel, I'm Jack, the founder of Academic Plus. Now, Academic Plus is a national tutoring business which is dedicated to helping A-level business students develop outstanding revision strategies and also to help them smash their target grades. Now, today we'll be looking at using flashcards as a revision tool. Now, both my team and I have supported thousands of students over the years where we constantly get asked about how do we use flashcards the best. So I've invested over 17 hours into researching different studies and papers about using flashcards to bring this video to you. And we will go through the most effective ways to use flashcards and highlight the 3 biggest mistakes students are making when using flashcards. Let's get into it. So, what exactly is a flashcard? Simply put, flashcards are a highly popular revision tool featuring 2 sides. One side normally displays a question and on the other side provides the answer, all presented on a card or a piece of paper. Now, flashcards are proven to be an incredibly effective revision tool. Now, numerous different studies have highlighted their validity. For instance, one particular study involving 415 students found that those who used flashcards saw their grades improve by around 70%. This significant increase is largely attributed to something that we call active recall, which involves retrieving information from flashcards, thereby helping to cement this knowledge in preparation for exams. Now, the first big mistake students are making with flashcards is that they have no strategy when actually creating them, and will just simply copy down all of their notes from class onto the flashcard. So you might be wondering, is there one right way to make and use flashcards? Well, there are certainly better ways than others, but there is no one right way. Now, let me explain the model that we use for our students and what I found from research. I'd like to introduce to you the DFTM model, which stands for definitions, formulas, theories, and models. Now, my background is in tutoring A-level business, so this model is tailored mainly for those type of students, but it can be adapted to your needs as well. Now, first of all, let's talk about definitions. Now, understanding key terms and concepts is foundational, as it secures your marks in your exam. Misusing a term like raw materials for fixed costs could cost you marks. Next up, we have formulas. Now, once again, maths is like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. Now, a big challenge is memorizing countless formulas for exams. Here, flashcards can be incredibly useful. Lastly, we have theories and models. Now, if you're studying A-level business, you're likely familiar with the concepts of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Ansell's matrix, and Porter's 5 forces. Now, flashcards are a fantastic starting point for memorization. However, I'll later reveal how relying solely on flashcards might be impacting your exam performance negatively. Now, the second big mistake students make with flashcards is focusing solely on memorization rather than understanding the material. Now, if you're a student and you haven't seen or heard about Bloom's taxonomy, this will literally change your life as a student. But in essence, Bloom's taxonomy is a hierarchy that classifies different levels of cognitive learning. The base level of the hierarchy is remembering, which just involves recalling facts without understanding their meaning. Above that, we have understanding, and this means you now grasp the context and relationships of the information. Applying is the next stage where you use the information in various contexts. Analysing is the stage above, which involves breaking down information and exploring the connections and underlying meanings. And the next one is evaluating, where you judge the information's validity and usefulness. And at the very top of Bloom's taxonomy is creating. And this is where you combine various pieces of knowledge to formulate a new idea or a solution. Now, a study involved 374 students actually showed a concerning reality, is that 82.9% of the students use flashcards merely for recall, not progressing their deeper understanding or application. Now, this approach is why many students really struggle with essay writing, as they remember the facts, but they don't actually understand them. So how can you use flashcards then, not just for memory, but for actually developing that deeper understanding? Well, luckily there actually was a study with 62 students that answers this question, where the students who used what I'm about to share with you scored significantly higher on their exams than those who didn't. The first step is to create your flashcards from scratch. Do not buy pre-made ones, as the process of making your own scratch cards helps with deeper learning. Step 2 is when you actually create the flashcards, connect the concepts with more of a personal experience of your own or your own unique ways to remember them. An example of this could be, how do we remember the order of planets which are closest to the sun to furthest away? We do this by saying my very easy method just speeds up naming planets. What this basically translates into is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. This strange way has helped students understand what that order is. Now, the stranger and more personal your connections, the better you'll be able to remember them. Now, step 3 is to incorporate these fun drawings into your flashcards. So having like a visual aid will help you enhance your memory retention far more effectively than just text alone. Remember, these techniques are designed to make learning more engaging and tailored to your unique way of processing the information. The goal is to not only to remember, but to understand and apply the knowledge effectively. Now, out of everything that I'm sharing with you in this video, this next point is by far the most important. During my research and looking into different studies, there was this one common factor in why students are so obsessed with using flashcards for revision. It's because when creating flashcards, it has been reported that students feel like they are doing something, which is what I like to call intelligent procrastination. Now, even though flashcards are an effective tool within a broader revision strategy, relying on them solely is not enough. The main issue here is that most exams aim to test higher cognitive skills from Bloom's taxonomy, primarily applying, analysing and evaluating. Now, flashcards, they typically help you with understanding, but this is only the second level. Now, depending on where you are in your revision journey, my advice will vary for how much of your overall revision time should be spent on making and using these flashcards. However, a balanced approach might look something like this. Now, spend around 20% of your time making and using flashcards, another 20% of your time watching relevant educational videos, such as videos on YouTube, and the remaining 60% should be dedicated to active practice and feedback through exam-style questions or past papers. This balanced method ensures you're not only just feeling productive, but you're actually making tangible progress in your learning. If you found this video useful on flashcards, then do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for more content and study tips. Also, if you have any of your own study tips, then feel free to drop them in the comments below, just to help other students work smarter and not harder. I'll see you in the next one.